podcasting too. And one guy, Dion Cash, he does a sports show, and he's in here almost every day going live on Facebook and all that. I can't get him to videotape it yet. So, but we don't have to. You do sign a release saying that you are not trying to make money off of it. You cannot do any kind of advertising. This is on the channel as well. So you cannot promote your business. You cannot, say prices of how much your book is, how much, your restaurant costs, whatever. So no advertising. We don't listen to the podcast yet. Just like we don't view the programs. I'm the program director. I have no time to schedule or review every program that comes in. We get over 400 a month. So, but if the show is called upon, then I will view it, and if it's broken any of our rules, which you will get a CD with, or a DVD with all of our information. Our rules and regs are on our website too. I'd advise you to read them. And then if it broke our rules, we'll see how bad, whatever. There's only been one person that we've kicked out for good for doing some major advertising. And so we are a nonprofit, non-commercial. We are the First Amendment channel. Anything that's not suitable for children will go on after midnight. And there's a release form that you will fill out that's on all of our computers that has that information saying, is it suitable for children? If you hit no, and if it includes adult content, and you say yes, then automatically I know it's going to air after midnight.
What consists of adult content?
Well, I'd rather not talk about that in front of the kids, but I'll tell you, basically, anything that is not suitable for children. You can
read language or graphic or anything like that.
Yeah. And I can talk to you, after to tell you more about it, but
Thank you.
yeah, I just don't think it's proper to get into that discussion in front of the little ones. So, yeah.
Understanding.
So, the podcast is very cool too. We've had really cool people. Oops. Okay, come on out, and then I'll turn it off. Also, when you're in here, you turn the light on. No one can come in except staff because we're the only one that has a key. And we would knock on the door for whatever reason, trying to, be quiet in case we need to reach you for whatever. If a guest is here, something like that. But it's locked. It can open, of course, from the inside to go out.
Is it drop in or do you schedule time?
You schedule.
Okay.
And that includes the editing rooms. You'll call us or you can come in, but it's best to call just in case if you want the podcast or you want a certain editing room or a certain computer. Call us and say, hey, is edit room 1 open? Is the podcast open? Then, save you time. If it is, great. If it's not, then you can schedule another time. You do get 4 hours per day to edit. If you need more time, then if no one signed up after you, you can stay longer.
Time frame on the podcast? Is each workshop or section?
It will be a one-on-one workshop right now with one of our staff members until we get like 10, 15 people that wants to take it at one time. Then we will schedule, a group workshop.
For the membership, I know it's $50. Is it $50 for a person, or is it be $50 for?
It's per person.
Basically, per person, you got to pay $50.
Yes. $50 now will include all of next year. And I'll talk to you about the different levels of memberships when we get up into the conference room, and we'll go over everything with that. Okay? I'm going to show you master control.
My family is $78.
So this is, so this is our master control, and we have 2 channels. We have a spiritual channel, and then we have a regular DATV everything that's not spiritual will air on this channel. We go live 24/7, 7 days a week. Everything's digital, so we don't, we play all MPEG files. And as I was telling a staff member earlier, when you're giving me the MPEG name now, you write it out as proper English. So if you say the Today Show, then, you know, it's the space, Today space show. And then if you have a weekly time slot, or if you don't have one but you have an episode, you would put like episode 1. Or if you had a time slot every Monday, you would put that date. Because then that is what comes right up onto this, onto the screen. This new software, I would come up with the logs, and then staff would have to hand type all this information in here. With the new software, I do it all. They have to find some more work for them to do. So, but we have some really cool things. We air PSAs for churches, nonprofit organizations, of upcoming events that's coming up. So you send that into us, and we can air that like a week before the event. So I do a lot of craft shows, and I have like, I was all my craft shows. I do like.
So you just get
You can do the file. You provide your own DVD, or you can buy one from us for $1. And then you can make a copy of your show. You can save the DVD onto your hard drive, which I advise you all to get a hard drive, because you can take the cards after you record, dump it onto the hard drive, empty the cards, you can reuse them, and then edit from that hard drive. Or get a flash drive that it's on how much gig, all that stuff is. We don't provide the hard drives or the USB things. So you can put it on our computer, but within a week we would take it off without, you know, unless you tell us, hey, you know, someone new a couple weeks ago had to do that, and I said, I'm getting my hard drive Saturday, and I'll take it all off. So that exception, you know, we can work with you, but our operations manager is really up to all the computers and cleaning it up and all that jazz. So I look out for hard drives. I got one on Amazon, like $60. So yeah, it is. Yeah. So in here. So this is a cool room. If you wanted to produce a TV show of your own, then you would go through a series of workshops to learn how to do the graphics, how to use the robotic cameras, how to use the switcher to switch the cameras back and forth and control the graphics in there. And as they're teaching an audio video workshop now on how to put the mics up in there and the levels and all that jazz. That's another series of workshops that I'll tell you when we go front. So once you take the camera workshop, you would volunteer with us on a show, so you get experience with it. You have to take like 3 workshops in order to become certified to use the studio, but everyone who's in here has to be, you know, certified on the equipment, and if you need help with someone directing the show, then we can find someone to be the director for the show, to switch cameras back and forth. So, yeah. Now I'll show you the studio, and then we'll go up to the conference room.
You said her show.
Robotic cameras. So your studio show is, you don't have enough camera people, and you've taken the robotic workshop and do it by that way. Or if you have 3, camera operators, this is what you'll learn: the cameras and floor directing lifting
you know,
and
not
supplying
too
the
far,
business
not too
studio
close.
workshop.
So for you, since you've got that
And
sense
then
of
come in, volunteer on one of our
Live here.
TV shows.
This needs to be my house.
And
This is it. No, this is where I need to be all the time. We're not leaving. We're gonna break off from the tour and we're gonna create a living room behind this curtain.
You said break off from the tour?
Yeah, and then we're gonna just stay over there behind the curtains until they shut everything down.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get to work.
you can bring in props, you can use some of our props that we have.
I'm waiting.
And do your thing over here. You can have a dance group, you can have a talk show,
Dance group,
cooking show, you know, whatever.
Cooking.
The props you bring in, leaving it here. I'm only trying to provide us with opportunities. And it, you know, it could be someone else may want to use it, so, if it's super big props, you have to bring it in each time you come into the studio.
You leave it here, it becomes community.
Pretty much, yeah. There's certain props that is off limits because it's like the Dayton Chamber of Commerce, or Dayton Chamber, not the Commerce, the Chamber. And Habitat for Humanity, they had gotten really cool stuff to, for their sets each month, and that's off limits to everybody.
What's that prop? What do you mean by prop?
Props for like a chair or a couch. We have chairs and we have fake flowers. We have, I'll show you what we have in here. So what we have in here is what you can use.
Okay, chair.
So, like these are to be used as a background. These things over here can be hung behind you. You know, we have a chalkboard, we have the bookcases here, we got a podium. The brown things there you can hang up for your program. Use our fake flowers. And then our chairs, we have all different types of chairs that you can use. But so any extra things you want to jazz up the set is what you need to bring in. And whether we have the space is whether we can keep it or not. Now we got a couple new tables.
Dance
These are
video
all
here.
new.
But,
So it's pretty cool.
she can be Maurice. Oh, she can be the female lead in one of Maurice's music videos. Yeah, like on some Hakeem and old girl, whatever her name is.
So we will go up to the conference room.
Look at that.
And yeah, when they did this, it looked like Ghostbusters were coming in and putting all this stuff up in here. And it- yeah.
Oh, I want to leave. I just want to spend the night here.
We already said yes.
What do we say? Let's just spend the night. This is Dayton.
This is Dayton.
And we're breaking off from the tour early.
No, she said let's go to the green room.
She comes in twice a month and she takes 2 hour shows, so she uses 3 hours one time, 3 hours the next time. And if you only need 2 hours, then you've got 4 more hours to use another day. You can also, if time's available, say you want to come in the first Saturday of every month to do a show, or the first Tuesday, depending if it's available, then you can set that up and come in every Saturday on the first Saturday of the month to do your show. So we're going to come straight back here. And this is our operations office, executive director, and my office.
She got the
It's
soul
in
of the
here.
office in here.
We just got a brand new executive director, and,
This is
yeah.
The round table. So you can feel like a boss.
Uh-huh. I call it the night of the round table. So, you want to have a seat, and we can go over everything. Okay. So, let me get so in front of you, you will have a magnet. You want to take and put it on your fridge. And then you have a calendar, and these are the workshops that are available. None is available now for this month because they're already going on. And let's see, share one. I think I share one. And so the calendar is basically the same schedule each month. So the basic studio workshop is the first Wednesday of the month, and that is the studio cameras, floor directing, and a little bit of audio.
Which one say first?
So, well, the first thing, let me talk about the field production. So that is taking out the cameras to go out on location. It is either the first 2 Saturdays of the month at 11 a.m., depending on how many are in the class. It takes 2 to 3 hours.